Hello, welcome to a quick guide to Yunli. Yunli is a physical destruction character who specializes in hunting monsters and stealing Clara's job, aka big counter follow-up attack sword slamming. Before we start, comment down below what you like about Yunlin, and is there any art themes or build you like to use her with? For me, it's all about the great sword and the sugar-covered sweets, the sugar-covered fruit thingy she likes to eat a lot. I love those things. Enough yapping, let's begin. Her basic attack is not important. Her skill heals herself and deals blast damage to the enemies. Her talents activate when she gets attacked. It regens her 15 energy and launches a follow-up attack into the enemy face with blast damage. Her counters deals the same damage as her skill, so if you need skill point, you can use her basic attack and substitute the damage with her counter. Her ultimate is the most important part of her kit and it's a bit long, so stay with me for a second. When used, she gains parry and taunts all enemies. It also makes her next counter deal more crit damage. And if she gets attacked and launches a follow-up attack, it turns into an Ultraman Max approved size follow-up attack called Intuit Call, which deals even more blast damage to enemies and then deals a single target attack 6 times to random enemies, and then remove parries from her. If she doesn't get hit or launch a counter when she has parry, she will launch Intuit Slash instead, which is just Intuit Call with no extra attack. This also considered as ultimate damage, so all the blessing and buff that set buff ultimate damage also works on her. Her technique is an enhanced technique that gives her wand for 20 seconds, and when entering battle she immediately casts her Intuit Call to a random enemies, and it also deals 80% more damage. For her major traces, A2 changed the next Intuit Slash into an Intuit Call after using an Intuit Slash. A4 increased her crowd control resistance and reduced damage received by 20% when she has parry. A6 increased her attack by 30% for one turn after she used her counter. For the trace priority, upgrade her ult first because that is the most damage multiplier. Then her traces and her skill is equal to her basic. Should you pull? She is a very versatile for both single target and AoE content, as all OP destruction characters are. And she is quite easy to play, because just like Clara, she doesn't need a lot of speed, just sit back and let the enemy hit her, especially with her counter regen energy too. The question is probably whether you have a busted Clara or not, because they do almost the exact same thing, and if your Clara can carry you through your endgame, then you don't really need Yunli. For E1 versus S1, E1 increased Intuit Slash and Intuit Call damage by 20%, and Intuit Call deals 3 more additional attacks. S1 greatly increased her chance of being attacked and increased her crit damage by 36%. When she uses her ult, she gains a stack of Fire Dance, which can last for 2 turns and can be stacked up to 2 times. Each Fire Dance increases her follow-up damage by 36%. S1 just offers more value in general. Not only does Fire Dance increase more follow-up damage than her E1, it also massively increases her crit damage, making her easier to build. And the most important part is make her more likely to be attacked, triggering her turret more often, meaning she gets more energy and can use her ult more often. For the character build, let's go for light cone option first. For premium option, apart from her signature light cone, she can greatly make use of Blade and Danhang IL light cone. Because they both increase her crit rate, and Blade light cone increase her damage every time she lost HP, Danhang light cone increase her attack and energy regen after she uses her basic attack, which she can substitute for her skill if you need skill point. You can also use Under the Blue Sky, but her free-to-play option is a bit better. For free-to-play light cone, the one, the only, Balls of a Neon. Yeah, I think you saw this one coming. You can also use a Secret Val S5, but it's a bit of a damage drop off. For Relic Build, can it be? After a whole patch, the Wind Soaring set is finally someone best in slot? Let's go! And her second best is Duke Inferno set. If you want, you can use 2-piece Boxing or Musketeer with 2-piece Duke Inferno, but it's a lot of a drop off from 4-piece Wind and Duke. For Plana, Duran Dynasty is her best, but not far behind that is the one, the only, Inner Soto. Let's go! Other crit Plana also works, but these two are the best in slot. For main stat, go with crit rate body. She is a bit weird because you want to aim for her crit rate to try and get like 90 to 100% crit rate and leave crit damage around 100% because her follow-up attack get a lot of crit damage boost. So in real battle, it will lose something like 90 to 100% crit rate and 200% crit damage. Attack boost because you want her to lay in the back and let enemies attack her. Activating her counter attack and getting the most damage is more important than getting another turn for her. Physical orb get a bit more value than the attack orb, but they both work fine. And go with attack rope. Energy rope is a bit more complicated. It's more about her teammate and her game mode they're playing. It benefits more in peer fiction if you are heading a lot of enemies, so attack rope is more universal. For substat, just focus on getting crit rate to 100% and then dump the rest into crit damage. For team building, Yunlin is a follow-up attacker, which means Topaz is good with her. Let's go! But let's talk about her sustain first. If you don't have her signature light cone, you need links to help her get attacked more often at the start. It's kinda crucial to get her ults up, so links is important for her as S0. If you have S1, then Ho-Ho is a great choice for her energy regen. But if you are at S0, links is a must in the team because you need that taunt value to get her ults up. Now, for her DPS friend. Topaz is great for increasing her follow-up damage and generating skill points. Hunt March is also great with her because she provides her buff and acts as a sub DPS. Ting Yun is great for being a battery for her, but the best support she can have is Robin, who can increase follow-up damage, crit damage, and just damage in general. Robin is her best in slot for support right now. Sparkle can work with Ting Yun for her crit and damage buff, but her action advance isn't that helpful, so Robin and Ting Yun is far better. But with all of that said, I actually have a hidden team that no guys had ever shown. A team so powerful that the game cannot function if this team got leaked, but it needed to come out. The best teammate for Yunli is Yangxing on the opposite side of the team. Hear me out. Yangxing's soul sink disappear when you get hit, right? And Yinglin gets stronger when she gets hit, right? You picking what I'm dropping down? The synergy is there, you see? It works, I promise. Yu Yangqing takes skill point every turn to maintain his damage, and Yunli can use her basic attack. See? Best teammate. Yunli is one of those lay back and let the enemy die on their own kind of character. She likes being slow and letting her counterattack clean out the enemies instead. Well, that's it. See ya.